It was a week after my wedding. My husband and I were pet sitting for family as they went on vacation. That evening, we got all the animals ready for bed, and afterwards went to watch a little TV before falling asleep. Around 2 or 3 a.m., we heard a loud barking sound. It was the family's dog. She was barking very loudly and protective-like. I was starting to get concerned. My husband told me that he was going to see what was going on. As he left the room, I began to pray, asking God to let everything be okay. About 10 minutes later, my husband came back and told me what had happened. He said that when he went out to the living room, the dog was staring at the back door and barking excessively. He tried to calm her down, yet she remained at the door barking. However, after a few more minutes of barking, she stopped, looked at him, wagged her tail, and walked past him back to her sleeping spot. We are still not sure to this day what she saw, but we are so very thankful that God had her there to alert us. I was downstairs watching TV in the living room when suddenly my dog started to growl at something in the hallway. I looked up to see what she was growling at, and I saw a shadow figure that looked like a man staring at us for a couple of seconds before it went upstairs. I was terrified for the rest of the day. I met my husband in 1979. At the time, he had been in the Navy for a few years. However, there is one particular true Navy story that he shared with me that I can recall to this day. We were on a date, and after seeing a popular movie at the time, we went out to eat. As we were sitting down, he mentioned that the movie had reminded him of an actual incident that happened to his shipmate's friend. In 1978, his shipmate's friend was on a Navy frigate. The frigate was called the USS Stein. They were running a test or operations near the Pacific Ocean. As the ship was moving through the waters, out of nowhere, the crew felt a slight jolt and experienced problems with their sonar system. So they decided to head back to port to figure out what went wrong. It turned out that the ship had received severe damage to the hull. The sonar dome was destroyed, and there were long scratches on the sides. There were even claw-like marks or spots where the scratches were. My husband said that they sent off samples to figure out what had made this damage. It turned out that they believed it was possibly a giant squid. However, even though it was thought to be a giant squid, some of the crew believed it could have been something bigger, as the gashes were over 150 feet long. Needless to say, everyone was thankful that no one was harmed.